Oh! Whew, yeah.
Intense.
Genetic Gamer cheered overnight and says, Phil, it seems like you don't like meme culture. What is specifically meme culture that puts you off to it? In a nutshell, I don't like that people just sheepishly or parrot stuff for the sake of sheepishly parroting it. You know, oh, this is a meme, and I repeat it because it's a meme, and everyone says it. You know what I mean? Like for example, the dawg or doge or however you say it, I don't even know how to pronounce it. That was a meme that a lot of people were saying stuff for a while in that method, like such combat, much skill, wow. Okay,
Why are you doing that? It's not really funny.
right? It's just because it's a meme. In general, I don't have problems with memes. It's when memes just become stupid to the point where they derail stuff. Like, people will just say, oh, I prefer a penne. It's like, why is this a meme? There's nothing funny about it. What's the deal with penne? It's so easy to eat. Apparently, it's 5-year-old humor saying that the word penne apparently means penis in another language or something. I have no idea. And it just becomes kind of an inside joke of, oh, I'm part of this mob mentality of this is something funny, when in reality, it's not funny at all.
What's up?
Penne is my favorite pasta shape.
What? 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 If you look at it at face value, most memes aren't funny. They don't even make sense. It's only when you add it to, oh, that's what everyone says and does. Oh, now it's supposedly something funny. You see, but what it basically is it's this very much drone mentality of I am part of the greater mass, and I recognize something that everyone else recognized, and therefore now it's funny because of the It's not the thing itself that's funny; it's the recognition of the thing. Shout out to Sean Ranklin. Darks.
There's a guy here, Darks
Fadil. My name is Darks Fadil. That being a part of this thing, you feel like you're included in something, and I think that's stupid. Like, for me, that's so dumb. Like, memes are the least funny thing to me. But maybe that's just me. Maybe it's because I grew up a generation before a lot of you. You guys grew up into meme culture and I didn't. I don't think that memes are very funny. I just never really found them very funny. At all. And let's face it, some people turn memes into toxic stuff that can be very hurtful. And I obviously have been the subject of a lot of that over the years. Why am I poisoned? Why am I toxic? And that's not cool that there's toxic memes that now people think that's all you are or all you're about, when in reality, the memes aren't even truthful. I'm gay, we're totally gay. Right? So there you go. There's a difference between a meme that's just funny for the sake of being there and say I'm a part of a group of something versus a meme that's meant to actually hurt someone. Okay.
You didn't even know the camera was on.
You know every inch of my dick and balls. Right? You know every inch of my dick and balls.
It's the guy watching his Twitch.
Is that really him? Is he the one that caught it, Matt?
Yes. Really? Genetic Gamer cheered again. He said, I often wonder what I am doing in life is the best path in life to take. Do you ever feel like wondering how life would have been if you never made YouTube videos? Of course, but the thing is, if you really think back, that era when I was just starting to do YouTube videos and become popular, and then I lost my job, because I made YouTube videos starting in 2008, and I lost my job in fall of 2010, okay? So if I had never made any YouTube videos, I was completely blindsided when I lost my job. There were no signs that I was going to get laid off at all. I was being complimented at my job and getting recommendations. Then all of a sudden they decided to do an internal reorganization. Next thing you know, within a month, I'm laid off. So that would have been bad because there were no jobs in my job sector, what I had been doing at all in Connecticut. Like, it was shot at the time. There were no jobs like that. So I would have had to basically find a completely different style of job from what I had been doing. More than likely would have paid way less than what I was making. And at the time, I had just got my condo. So I had this big new financial responsibility laid on me. And I was like, man, what am I going to do? How am I going to keep my place, you know, if I have no income or not enough income to even, you know, pay for this. So, in reality, even though a lot of people look at the negative side of things and they say, man, Phil, you've been the target of abuse and bullying and a mob mentality of defamation and all this nasty stuff that's happened to you, DDoS attacks, swatting, being doxxed, having all your accounts hacked, false copyright strikes, mass slander on the internet. Is it really worth it? And in reality, I look at the last 10 years and I say, even with all the negative, I still have absolutely loved what I've done. I love what I do. And
I honestly don't know where I would be right now if I didn't have this YouTube thing. Like, I might have lost everything. I might have had to go work 2-3 part-time jobs, and I still would have lost my condo and, you know, got foreclosed upon, and my credit would have been ruined and everything. You know, I could have been in a horrendous position based off of, you know, what could have happened. So I have to say, you know what? More than likely, if I had never done YouTube, I probably would have been in an even worse position than I am now.
what is going? What?
What the shit?
All right, shout out to Genetic Gamer.
Again?
He says, Phil, you said you can see Mount Rainier from your house. Ever thought about going hiking near the mountains? Yes. However, I'd have to be incredibly careful because my back injury. You know, right now, I haven't had much major back pain in a while. However, there are some days when my back does feel pretty strained. And there are some days when I do have a little bit of pain. And I'm always nervous that, man, this will be the day when I forget, right? The day I forget that I have a back injury and I decide to lift something super heavy.
And I fuck my back up.
Just the other day, this is the truth. 3 days ago, out of nowhere, I was just sitting down in my office to upload videos after a stream, and I tweaked my left fucking knee
Badly.
okay?
It hurt like the bitch.
And nerve pain shooting into my knee.
I was like, oh my god.
Now, I haven't hurt my knee like that since I had my office job. And back then, it happened because I was overweight, like grossly overweight. I was almost 240 pounds. Now I'm down to like 205, 208. So I'm much less, you know, in that regard. I have no idea how I hurt my knee this bad. And for 3 days, it's been slowly recovering. But that's what I mean. Like, at any moment, something could just happen. I could tweak my back again. Now, imagine you're hiking, and you're in the middle of a hike, and my back gets fucked up. Now what do? Because how the fuck do I get back, right?
However, Kat has said she has expressed desire to maybe one day drive up into the mountains and see what it's like up there.
Snake, respond. Snake?
Yes! Yes! Cactus God cheered and says, I agree completely. One of the most dangerous things about the internet is that it allows for these mob mentalities to develop because people can find like-minded people much easier than in real life, and it doesn't promote maturity and growth.
That is correct.
In fact, you will find many, many toxic communities on the internet. And I'm not just talking, people that hate Phil. I mean, there's a ridiculous amount of these communities. I hate this person, or, you know, slandering this celebrity or this thing. Seriously, like, that guy is such a two-faced fat piece of shit. You know, don't even get me started on politics and conspiracy theories about shit. Like, the internet is pretty much an unbridled place where people just do crazy shit. Raging boner.
No, I've never shaved my ass, but as I've said before on a PUBG stream, I braid my ass hairs into cornrows.
She's dead! She's dead! Ugh, my god, her face!
Blood squirting everywhere. He's gurgling to death.
And there's no checks and balances, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know, you know, I just don't know. I'm certainly never been a part of that shit. That's the thing, like, I've never been a part of those kind of crazy mentalities and shit. So for me, that's like, my mind is a very logical mind. It doesn't even compute some of the shit that these people say and do on the internet. But apparently to some people, this is, like I said, if you grew up in the culture of the internet with memes and shit, like, this is commonplace for you. And it just, you know, it blows my mind, some of the shit that I hear is going on. So AES just cheered. He said, would you recommend Diablo 3 on the Switch? It's coming out on November 2nd. It sounds like a great choice on the road.
No. Oh, it's coming to the Switch. Who cares?
All right, Crazy Dream Charity says, if YouTube deems your super chat to be offensive, it will be giving it to a charity instead of splitting it with the creator. Could Twitch incorporate this?
I don't know what you're talking about. What the fuck is a super chat? None of what you're even talking about existed.
Genetic Gamer Charity says, how do you think these toxic people act in real life? Being behind the screen helps them a lot. They don't act like this at all. In real life, if any of these assholes acted like they do online in real life, they would be arrested. They would be beaten to within an inch of their life. No one puts up with this kind of shit in real life. You know? These are people who live on the fucking internet. Their only power in life is doing shit on the internet. These people wouldn't fucking do a thing like this in real life. They don't have the guts, and they certainly don't have the ability because they would be pounded into mush. Can you imagine that? Walking down the street to some random fucking guy you don't know and saying a meme insult or something to them or whatever.
You get decked.
At least where I came from. Like where I used to live.
You can't fuck around. Like, I used to live in a bad area. You don't just walk around down the street and say something sly to someone you don't even fucking know. You get shot.
That's where I lived. I don't know about any of you. Maybe you live in these, like, you know, really, really safe communities or whatever. But the place where I grew up, you don't fuck around with people you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you don't say shit. You just fucking mind your own business and you tend to your own shit. And that's it. You don't fuck around. You don't want to get shot. You know? I mean, I have friends who died. I have a friend who was murdered. Walking home doing nothing. Fucking with no one. Just murdered for no fucking reason. Constantly. You know, there are guns going off and shit. And drugs and crime. Like, yeah, again, I think it has to do with being sheltered. People grow up sheltered on the internet. And so now they think, oh, it's fair game to do whatever the fuck you want. You know? But the bottom line is these people would not be able to pull this off in the real world.
La 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 la. La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. La la la. La la la.